Hey, how's it going? Byron and I were just chatting about social media, and I watched that movie, The Social Dilemma, and telling Byron that the guys who originally built up these programs and all, they're fairly decent human beings, I think, for the most part. Nobody built these algorithms to cheat, steal, lie, and do whatever else, and deceive. But,
Really?
of course, you throw stuff out there and it starts getting used for nefarious purposes, and you go, "Ugh, that wasn't so good." So a number of the executives from these big social media companies have banded together and formed an association. I forget the name of it, but it's like Smart Guys Against Technology. Girls too, sorry. I didn't mean to be sexist. Smart People Against Technology. And it's so true. But, the thing is that you don't put the genie back in the bottle. That's what they're all saying, is that, we have to live with it. We have to learn to live with it.
Yeah, I don't indulge at all. I have that's one reason why when I put stuff on my YouTube channel, I don't even read the comments. I don't want to go. I just do not want to go down any of that.
Yeah.
Any of that.
And that's what I was saying.
Rabbit hole.
When you watch it, when I watch it, we don't feel too bad because you're going, "Oh, that's horrible." You know what? I remember a simpler time, a better time, as I would call it. And but they're saying from about 1995 on, those kids, they didn't have a chance, because most of the parents, just to placate their kids, would say, "Here, and everybody else has a phone, so here, you have a phone." Now they're just on the phone all the time, looking for likes. They're just begging for likes. You get addicted to that.
Yeah, I've always mentioned the story of being in a shopping mall at an Apple store in the morning before the Apple store had opened, and that was the morning that they were about to release a new version of the iPhone, and there was a lineup around the store and right to the back, and people all had phones in their hands, checking their phones in line, waiting for a brand new phone.
I don't really get it, because I mean, I have an iPhone. I don't even know what it is. Maybe 7. I'm not sure. It's damn plenty. The other thing is, the new phone, I checked like Cures or something. It's like this much bigger. I thought I might as well just get an iPad and carry it around. It has a phone app on it. And the comedian just says, "I have a phone, and the least used app on it is the phone."
My favorite thing about a computer is what's on it. It was mostly Pro Tools, my Clip Pro Studio for drawing, and my Adobe editing thing.
So do you have a computer that is eternally on the internet and one that isn't, or do you just sometimes don't go on the internet?
Well, I have a desktop that can go on the internet, and I do my email.
So you're always hooked up to the internet, though?
Yeah, it's I got a pretty high-end computer and stuff like that, but I just check some sort of international websites early, just to get some idea what's on the web as far as news and stuff like that, just to get a sort of general ennui of what's going on.
What is your favorite news site?
Well, I'll go to just see what CBC is saying. I'll just go see what BBC is saying on their world page. I'll go see what CNN is saying. Sort of these ubiquitous sort of websites, just to sort of get a feel for what different guys are saying and stuff like that. I listen to the radio quite a bit. I listen to public radio and all that stuff. I just want to hear what the news is. I'm not really interested in opinions per se at that point. I'm just trying to get what's going on and stuff like that. Obviously, it's very charged right now with the American election and stuff like that. So you get all that. You have to, but it's always been that way. Everything's biased, and it's always been that way. You have to know where your news. Back when we were growing up with newspapers, they all came from somewhere. They all sort of had some sort of, but that's just part of the process of learning how to disseminate information and news. Right? Just take it from different sources.
When you were younger. Did you read the paper more? Did you watch the news more? I watched the American news, which is what my parents did. Noon, dinner, and 11 o'clock at night.
I did. I was very voracious reader of magazines like Life and Time and Newsweek and all those things. And so the politics of, especially the American politics and stuff like that was always interesting to me. So yeah, I came and I enjoyed some of those sort of niche programs on television, like the McLaughlin Report and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was always a thing to watch on Fridays and stuff like that. But yeah, you get your stuff from PBS and stuff like that. Just trying to. It's good now. You can get sort of you know where to go to get opinions from the left and right. It's always fun to listen to them sort of yak and stuff like that. But yeah, I can only sort of take it so long. But yeah, there's lots of resources.
Yeah, I kind of pine for the days of the moderate right and the moderate left, and still thinking they're edgy. You know, John McLaughlin, how he'd get so fired up, and they'd have argument. You go, wow, that's like. It's like nothing now. You like.
I get the New York Times on Sundays, and one of the great parts of it is the opinion section. They always have a nice big section, and they have people just giving their opinions and stuff like that. And they're always well written most of the time. And so yeah, that's one way. And I also get the Economist, which is just. I used to get the New Yorker and the Atlantic, but recently with this president. This present president of the United States, it's been very disconcerting to read the articles the last few years. I mean, it's just like been a clown show every day. And I mean, after it's like shooting fish in a barrel, right? Like, I mean, so what? So like, I couldn't, it was hard to keep reading those magazines, but those are good. Like The Economist is good. It's not daily news, but what they do is they put things in context, right? And these articles are written by great writers, and yeah, you learn a lot about the world and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how I get my stuff. But I came here kind of reticent.
Part 2.
No. Oh. It is
continuation.
Well, this is actually
1.
part 3 of part 3. But I was reticent because I was worried that somehow you might punch me in the head because I've been through this before, but. It has to do with the 2 videos that I wanted to show you. One I just finished, and one I did for which is the better version, or the final version of this present song called Shifter. Now, I wanted to do something for Halloween, because we're, a couple weeks away
Rapidly
from
approaching Halloween. I think it's October 17th today or something like that.
Right.
Let's take a look. October 18th. Why is it always grayed out? It would be nice if it showed you full.
So I've had this song that's been long going. It's called Shifter, and turns out you did a video 10 years ago to Shifter, the song I had done.
10 years ago.
Well, I think it had the date of 2010 on it or something like
really?
that. Yeah, which was kind of strange stuff like that. Now you took where did you get a lot of those sequences? Like they were basically what are you laughing at? You are going to punch me. You took a lot of those sequences, like they were sort of horror movie sequences. Mm-hmm. Did you just take them off a movie or something like that, or were they
YouTube?
Or were
you go, you go werewolf YouTube and you find different clips. You snip them out and.
I thought they were scenes actually from your house. I thought it was I thought it was the Johnson household on a Saturday night.
Sometimes I thought Kira would be pulling her full transformation, but.
So you ended up playing this version to me a couple months ago, and I was just completely blown away by it. Like I'd never seen a version like that to a song that I hadn't finished by then. I don't know where you got that mix from, but
it was finished.
Yeah,
you finished it at that point.
I guess it was floating.
Then it gets in your head as like an earworm and.
It's floating in the ether and stuff like that. So
it's totally finished.
Right. So I wanted. So I'm trying to put stuff on my YouTube channel right now. Just trying to load up my YouTube channel, a song a week. So I pulled the song off of YouTube, the version that you had done this week. Or ripped it off. Is that the proper term? Is that how you say it?
I ripped the video, downloaded it, whatever.
Right, and so I played it back, but when I played it back, I was looking for some tonal consistency, because I guess you had taken it from sort of different, or just the colors to me. Just there was just a slight.
Visually.
Yeah, visually.
Okay.
Visually, there was. It looked like it was taken from different sort of movies or different things and stuff like that. And so
it was really. I did it just to entertain myself because. I love Halloween. It's my favorite time of year.
Right.
I love scary movies. Shifter was one. I don't know if it's because I love campy horror so much that I thought it was one of the best songs he ever did. It's just the groove and everything, and you guys can go back and watch my version of Shifter on my channel, but I can see what we're coming to. So go ahead.
Well, when I played it back, and it probably has to do with the fact that I've been doing a lot of videos over the past few years and stuff like that, that I noticed when I played it back that there were artifacts on it, especially when I got into the deep blacks and stuff like that, because it was used a lot of horror stuff. You're smiling already, but you had shown me, I had asked you, I had a previous video that had the same problem, those sort of ghosting black sort of things, and the colors just sort of, it seemed like it was playing back in 480p or something like that, or 720p or something like that. It had all those.
I don't like when I go and grab some of those. I don't really care. I'll take any quality because it was just for my own entertainment, and probably you at some point.
Right. So I have seen ways to correct that very thing. You showed me. Now I have a less version of my thing. But what was the phrase that you used to fix the blacks? Like when you went,
and like you would put in a color correcting such as Lumetri looks.
Yes, that was the
crush
phrase.
the blacks.
Yeah, and I've also seen guys going through DaVinci, the video editing.
Yeah, that's really good.
They
that's
have a really
pro.
good one, and he showed exactly.
That's black magic.
Yeah, he showed how to actually go into that. Well, I don't have that tool, and I spent the good part of a day, well, not a day, but a session trying to correct that problem of the artifacts. I was trying to sharpen it up. I was trying to, and it just couldn't. I couldn't deal with it. So finally, what I decided to do was I said, well, I'm just going to make it black and white, the whole thing black and white, and really take the saturation off and really move that contrast up to get rid of the artifacts as best as I could, as best as I can, because I was looking for something consistent. And I was also starting to think in my head, maybe I'll put some lyrics, some spooky font orange, like a neon orange, and if I can just get this black against the orange and just sort of update sort of the video a bit and stuff like that. So I ended up with a black and white version, but I was interested in actually doing a posterized version as well. So I printed up a
You love that.
Well, I printed up a posterized version, and then I spent the next 2 hours cutting up half-second things of the posterized version. So it would flip between black and white and the posterized version. And then I put these Halloween orange fonts on.
Is this what we're going to watch?
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is what you're going to punch me in the face for. But I just sort of, so I just wanted more of a consistent look with the blacks, with the tools that I had.
Oh, visually, I don't take any. I'm more defending that version of the song because
Right.
I go, to me, that's almost perfect.
So there is a video part toward the end where he's running through the bus. The guy is running through the bus or something like that. And it is super effective with the flashing back and forth of this.
Cool.
So we're going to watch this, but on my album, so maybe 8 years later, 2018, I did an album called Wonderfully Stupid, and there's the final version of the song with a video that's on my YouTube channel.
That's the album yet to be discussed.
Yeah, Wonderfully Stupid.
But it has gone from an album into this YouTube, it's a song a week, and is it an album? Is it just a collection? Like you just put a date and go from here on, it's all the new stuff.
Well, actually, no, because the artwork that I gave you, I actually put I can send it back to you, but I actually put the songs on the back, so that was supposed to be, that was all 2000.
I did see it.
Yeah, well, that was all 2018, and that was the album. That was, I counted out 14 or 15 songs, and that was what it was.
So what we should probably do at some point, we should actually put up a list of what's considered the new album. Just to have like an aggregate total of the titles of a new album, just so at least you can go Bite Down Hard, Alien the Route the Monkey, Koi Paradisio, whatever. Stupidly Happy Fun.
That's the artwork I gave you.
Did I get this somewhere?
I think you showed it to me last time.
It's my brother's stuff. He drew for a long. He was a commercial artist for a long time. Yeah, does some really crazy stuff like these things he does.
Is that digital or is that to him just pencil?
Pencil and paper, but I digitize them. Look at this guy doing heroin. I love those kind of things. He is a guitar player. Little
Cool.
monsters. That's like the Yes covers and stuff.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, he drew quite, and he was just tossing these things like the pencil. He was like his keep on trucking dude. He drew for a long time, and he was just tossing these out. So I grabbed them out of home, and said, "No, you can't throw these. That's my dad, and my mom. That's me hanging a moon with my family.
Nice.
There's my brother. That's Bobby." There's my dad in the 30s. I was saying, the weirdest thing about these pictures, I'm thinking that going, Hitler was in power when he was playing here. Like, this was that time, World War II, 30s, 40s. Crazy stuff. Anyway, so I'm sorry, I think I tossed, because quite often I throw a lot of emails out, and I may have tossed that one thinking that we didn't need it for the show. Because I did see the artwork. So you're going to send it to me again in that whole spot there. We're just going to put the...
Right, well then we can go ahead and play the song.
That's Kira.
Because I know the name of the song. We just find it on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Play Shifter. So this is an updated version for Halloween. And I must say, when I first break into singing, the moonlight, the effect of the posterization on the face that it's turning into a werewolf is just crazy. It looks.
So you've kept a lot of the video, or you've taken it and just mushed it, mashed it up?
I took the video and I turned it into black and white, and then I also printed a version where I posterized it, and I just sort of took out half-second things, and so you'll see. Black and white posterization, black and white posterization. And
okay, we don't need to know too much. I just wanted to get a basic idea here that
black and white posterization, black and white posterization.
Here we go.
When it hits her face, makes her crazy, makes me crazy. She loves me, she loves me not. She better love me, she better love me now. There you are, how have you been? Yeah, you're soaking wet, you're tripping in the hallway. But it's 4 in the morning and the neighbors have gone missing. She's a shapeshifter. You've been up to no good. Lurking in the backyard, 'cause it's hard to tell the living from the zombies. There's blood and hands. I think you know something about the missing neighbors. She's a shapeshifter, loves me. She loves me now. Smile. You've been up to no good. You've been baying at the moon. There you are, how have you been? Yeah, you're soaking wet. You're dripping in the hallway. Licking your lips.
Wow. Hang on.
Yeah, more colorful. Hey, look at all my colorful videos. I love that look. I love that.
You made it better.
It
Was incredible. I was because I put the volume of this up. Well, you won't hear us, but I was telling them all. So it's so much better.
I enjoyed watching
It's so much better. What did you do musically to it? Like, did you remix it or anything? Or
No.
exact same thing. Just sounds clean.
I was thinking about no, I did. It sounded wonderful. It looked wonderful.
Yeah, I tell you, that's one of my favorite. I just think the introduction of the instruments, the arrange, like just the selection of the instruments. Not that it's any new thing, guitars and drums and cool Hammond B3s, but it was just done right. And I guess because I'm a huge fan of Halloween and scary stuff, and this song, I think the lyrics are fantastic. I love the way they fit into the music. It's very well crafted. I know you're probably going to shut the fuck up, but
No.
some of those words, when I would play the song for people, I would always make them, because they would be asking things, usually with a video, and I'm going, shh, listen to what he says here. Like it's 3 a.m. And the neighbors have gone missing. I love those little lines. It's like watching a Vincent Price horror movie.
Yeah, that's why it's good to have the lyrics up for sure.
Yeah. So this is the one I'm gonna probably take this and replace it on my channel.
Yeah, I love the look of it.
That was
Very good.
great.
So there is another
Congratulations.
version of this. Somehow I didn't think it was the version to be had. So I did another version for my album Wonderfully Stupid, and it's called She Loves Me or She Loves Me Not, and it should be in. Now we have to spend a bit of time. If you go to my YouTube channel.
Jeez, you can see how good I am. So this is what you did here. You have another song that.
You're gonna have to go into videos. It's from
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just thought that this would be something we could do. Compare it. It's just a bit of. Look at this stuff. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. I got tons.
Does it say how many?
Because I did think I heard.
Oh, it's way.
I think I've heard your updated thing, and of course I'm going. Yeah, it's alright. Carry Me? No, that's Lucifer.
She Loves Me Not.
Okay, so we just heard Shifter, the Halloween special for Halloween week, Halloween month, Halloween biannual, and it's my preferred version always, and it's going to have to be some kind of monumental piece to shift it out of my place. But this is what Byron did to it for the new album that we're going to look at soon.
So I think one of the things that I liked better about this version, and it reminded me of being in a rock and roll band, but there's a point where I think I went back in the studio and I thought I could do a better wolf howl. There's a point in the chorus where I sing, you've been up to no good, and I try and howl like a wolf. And the few times I tried it, it just seemed I picked the lamest one. But I liked my howl this time, although it was just a real one-off. And I'm looking at some artwork that looks like just stuff I've done. So
Okay, so this is the same song reimagined for the
oh my god,
new album.
Okay,
Here we go.
This is London Court. Here is a news flash. The German radio has just announced that Hitler is dead. I repeat that Hitler is dead.
There you are, how have you been? Yeah, soaking wet. You're dripping in the hallway. You're licking your lips. I think you know something about the missing neighbors. She makes me crazy. crazy. She loves me, and she loves me now. Been laying at the moon. The moonlight, when it hits your face, makes you crazy, makes me crazy. She loves me, and she loves me now. She's a shapeshifter. She loves me not. Needed, but I'm not wanted. Under the moonlight, before the sun comes up. She loves me. She loves me not. Now she loves me. She loves me now.
Okay.
Well, the video probably looks like some early efforts at doing some video stuff, but
I really
I
thought the
enjoyed a
video
lot
was
of that.
great.
I enjoyed a lot of that. I enjoyed.
I wish you would do more of that, like drawing the words on, just
Yeah.
so you read them as they're coming almost,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Because sometimes I do the same thing. It's less effort just to fade them up or put them up,
Yeah.
and maybe shake them a bit or something. But the little extra efforts make it go a long way. I really did like the video on that. I thought there was a lot of really neat elements and stuff that
Yeah.
was totally different.
So I listened to the song again. I love the little clav track. That really piqued my ears. So that's obviously something that just sort of that ba-da, 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 ba, that.
That, and I love that second guitar.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
weird shit.
Yeah. And I had a more complete, in my thought, I had a more complete howl for the chorus. It was almost like a musical howl that was purely by random, and I didn't have any thought about doing it, but it just happened, so I was very happy to take it. It just sounds good in the song. So, yeah, listening to both versions, there's a lot that I like both. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, what's funny is like movies, like songs that I really like, things that you've already seen, you can't go back and see them for the first time again. And sometimes I wish that I would just love to take my Divergent Universe self and not hear the Shifter I love so much and just hear that. Because I know how great it is. When I'm hearing it, I'm going, oh, that's really cool. But when immediately in my mind, I'm starting to compare it and I'm going, it's one of my favorite songs. So it would have to do something ridiculous.
The videos seemed really fun too. It just seemed like really rock and roll. It just seemed like I wouldn't do a video like that now, but just the background, it just seemed crazy fun. And I just love that. It looks like some of my artwork or something like that. That was I enjoyed that very much. I'm very glad I did that. And it sounds like I re-sang parts too. It sounds like I sang.
For sure. I would say you're in a unique perspective in that you produce music at a very high level. And unlike other artists that have had a long career with, definite trajectories of songs and all, your songs are not in the Parthenon of North America's growing up because you operate almost in a vacuum.
Yeah.
So you can reimagine, take them back and go, well, nobody's married to this, so I'm going to try something different. it's very interesting. Like it's like if AC/DC went back and said, "We're going to do Back in Black a little bit different here on this album."
It's certainly they don't have to deal with fans wanting
Right.
to kill them and stuff like that. And other
Gonna
bands
do a version of this
Yeah,
one.
other bands have done that. I mean, like people, I guess, got to afford their houses and stuff like that, and they have 25th anniversary. I think I read it in the paper today. Shania Twain's got the. You're just saying. So so
That might be the one artist. No, sorry,
right,
not
but
the
she
one
had a
artist.
famous album that she did with Mutt Lange, I guess. Like they married, right, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But
Lived in
regardless-
Switzerland.
Yeah, But so she's doing a 25. Yeah, so she has got.
Then he kicked her out.
She got.
Now she's doing the "I'm Still Hot" tour. I can't buy into that. I'm sorry, I can't. Even though she's a good old Canadian girl from Timmins or whatever, I've never been a big fan just of the music. I mean, she seems like a wonderful person.
Right. Well, the name was sort of irrelevant to the point I was trying to make. You know, I was just trying to say, as a popular artist, I just had read yesterday. There's one right that just sort of in my recent memory that you go back and you change things around and stuff like that.
Well, she can't because
Even
it's
Paul
fairly-
McCartney did. Even Paul McCartney went back and he changed things around.
Well,
you're going, why
that's-
bother, mate?
Well, I
But
mean,
he didn't really change anything up. He just sort of did other versions sort of in the same way. And one would argue even maybe lesser versions. Not that anybody would argue anyways.
I mean,
Imagine
you have to take him out
go
of
to
the
protest-
graph of
you
musicians.
go to
and stuff.
protest Paul McCartney changing his songs up.
Just to Paul McCartney. Change the word.
Okay, so I enjoyed that. I enjoyed both videos.
Yeah. But it's an interesting look at different perspectives of a Halloween theme because it is indeed Halloween.
It is, and it's that sort of spooky time. And yeah,
I didn't get spookier from the second one. What I got spookier from was your reimagining of the stock video that I picked up.
Right. So, but it was more consistent with songs I've written in the past about, this is not Emily, stuff like that. So, she loves me not. She's a shapeshifter. She's always changing her mind and stuff like that. So I took it more in a sort of a love sort of thing. And it was more sort of specific. I liked, it was very sort of simple phrasing. She loves me not. She's a shapeshifter. Just sort of.
It's funny because when I think of this, I always say I love when you get into the grooves. Although you always kill me because you stop that groove as I'm starting to get into it. But I love the horror movie reference cliches. I think you know something about the missing neighbor.
Yeah, those are fun. That's always fun to say.